Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content, and today we're going to be talking about an asset that I do think that has the potential to become an even 100x asset, right? And I've talked about this multiple times. When we look for asset gems in the space, you really got to look at the overall utility behind them, partnerships, name, team, all that kind of stuff, especially transparency. Transparency is one of my biggest key factors in investing in any project. That is why I love HBAR. HBAR has been a very transparent asset and team. And I do think that this asset is very interesting to talk about as well in regards to HBAR. So, with that being said, a lot of people have been asking me about this asset, and we are going to be talking about it. So, LCX, as you guys already know, I've talked about LCX here and there for a little bit of time. Nothing too crazy. Now, the interesting thing about LCX is the idea that a lot of people think that this is pretty much just like an exchange token. It's nothing pretty much anything special or anything like that. But we already found out that in regards to HBAR, it actually is going to be a significant asset. Right now, the price action is a little bit down. We actually see that currently right now it's under 4 cents. I do think that this is an easy 4x. Or not 4x, a 10x from here to get to 40 cents. Sorry. And then, at some point in time, we could definitely do 100x and get to $4 because at that point, we'd only be worth about $4 billion from the total supply, roughly. And, right now, circulating supply is about 654 million. We do see that the market cap is sitting at about a $23.6 million overall market cap. Fully diluted, 34.4 million. And if we do see here, we actually see that there's only almost 7,000 holders, and a lot of people are accumulating this asset because they realize, hey, it is extremely undervalued. We even see here back in May, it was only at 6,508 overall holders. And I've talked to you guys a little bit about these minimal market cap assets that have barely any holders. Once the volume does pick up for these, it's pretty much game over. Now, we do know that they're basically already partnered with HBAR. They're already working with them. But we do see that it's not listed on major exchanges besides a few, but they're not major exchanges. Like even LA token is not major. A lot of these tokens that we see that are very minimal in market cap haven't hit major exchanges, and they're always on like Uniswap and stuff like that a lot of people don't want to utilize, or they just don't understand it. Uniswap is actually very easy to use. You don't need an account with them or anything like that. Pretty much all you have to do is connect your MetaMask, or for an example, I use Coinbase. So you can pretty much download Coinbase Wallet. You have to make a separate account from your Coinbase account if you have both. And then what you do is you pre-fund your Coinbase wallet with Coinbase itself by connecting them in the settings tab. It's actually fairly easy. I might make a tutorial on that at some point in time, just because I do know a lot of people who are new to crypto don't really understand a lot of things, and it could get a little bit complicated and frustrating. But Uniswap, in my opinion, has provided me with immense value, and as well as like those massive 100 to 1000x assets that aren't on major exchanges, because once they do get listed, that's where the true volume pours in. But this asset is extremely undervalued, especially if you weren't buying the highs up here. This is one of those assets where we could come down and even retest a little bit lower at about 3 cents exact. But I do think that this one has a low risk, high reward factor, especially in regards to what they are doing with HBAR. So let's look at the overall tokenomics. So in regards to the tokenomics, like I said, there's only 950 million, or yeah, I think it's 950 million overall in total supply. And if we do see here, there is a lot of things behind this in terms of utility factors. First off, you get a variety of benefits. You get reduction of up to 50% trading fees on LCX's exchange if you guys did want to use it. We also see LCX DeFi terminal get full access, including usage of our second layer DeFi protocol to enable limit orders on Uniswap, which I think is pretty cool. Become a pro user and pay monthly fees of LCX Terminal with LCX Token, LCX Vault, pay fees for LCX Vault, and our crypto custody solutions. Price Oracle, pay fees in relation to LCX regulated reference price services, which we provide as a price service provider. And we also see token sales, pay fees in relation to token sales hosted or powered by LCX technology. Furthermore, companies and clients of LCX will have the ability to pay fees for listings, exchange, membership fees, or token sale fees with LCX token as well, which I think is actually pretty cool. Pretty much when you purchase the LCX token, you are going to power the overall exchange, realistically speaking, but it's actually really cool. It's a little bit different than that overall, but it does unlock a lot of value for anybody who is holding it, and I do like the idea of reducing the fees up to 50%. I think that that's pretty cool, as we don't see that pretty much anywhere. Now, in regards to tokenomics, again, total supply is 950 million, which is pretty minimal, realistically. Anything under $1 billion, in my opinion, is very minimal. Now we do see here that the LCX tokens were created in March of 2019, part of the token generation event. The LCX company reserve has a lockup of 3 years until June 1st, 2023. The LCX team tokens are vested over a period of 36 months on a monthly basis. LCX tokens held by advisors are also vesting on a monthly basis over a period of 36 months. The initial total supply of LCX token was 1 billion. LCX has conducted 5 token burns during 2019 and 2020, burning a total of 50 million tokens. Now the large majority of the LCX tokens are held by the community. So this is one of those assets that you don't have to worry about the team dumping on you. I know that that is a big concern with a lot of these minimal assets. Again, that is a concern for pretty much any investment in this space. Like, you know, always look at tokenomics. I always say transparency is key, and you know that goes hand in hand with tokenomics. Like, if a team is not being transparent about their tokenomics, you know, that's a huge red flag, because that means, hey, at some point in time they could essentially rug pull you, and that is something that you do not want to experience. Now, overall, in terms of their vision, you know, they're basically basing this on a new kind of global financial technology company, which is pretty cool. But we also seen, in regards to all of this, right, their core elements are secure, technology driven, all that stuff, right? Now, in regards to this, we also seen them pretty much post this, or I should say Hedera Hashgraph posted this on July 19th of 2021. Now this is what got me into LCX. I was looking at it, and you know, I thought, hey, this is actually really cool. So we do see that they're expanding its overall protocol for the Hedera Hashgraph network to establish a new standard for security tokens and tokenized digital assets. I've talked about tokenization for a very long time and how huge that is actually going to be. Now we do see LCX is one of the world's first regulated and compliant blockchain ecosystems for professional investors, and recently received approval of 8 blockchain registrations by the Liechtenstein regulator. I hope that I said that right. More than any other company in the country. Now, we do see that the protocol is implementing a new standard for digital securities, enabling on-chain and on-token level compliance on the Hedera network. We also see that the overall standard develop a framework for the tokenization of securities and the infrastructure for security tokens, incorporate tokens, permission-based tokens. We also see here that you know, HBAR obviously was listed on there, but in regards to this, I do love the idea of the Hedera token service being provided with LCX to really pretty much prove that overall security aspect of ABFT. But in regards to that, it is also reliable, transparent, and compliant. I think that this is great in terms of digital securities that are fully regulated. That means, hey, there is going to be a lot of volume flowing through LCX as well as with HBAR. So I think that this partnership, I even talked to you guys a little bit about it. I think that this was great to see, talking about digitizing overall, you know, securities and stuff like that. I think that that is a huge jump in this market. And I think that this is only the beginning for LCX and HBAR. I think that they're going to work together on a lot of things in regards to this, because I've talked to you guys about tokenization, and I've talked to you guys how undervalued the HTS for HBAR is. So this also makes LCX itself, in regards to this overall partnership, very valuable. So, you know, right now, yeah, the price action on LCX and HBAR are both significantly, you know, kind of, I would say, boring to watch. But everything's always boring to watch until it's not. So In the regards to what is happening with this, we even see here a quote. There is an immediate need for practical standards for digital securities to help businesses around the world simplify and enhance how they issue security tokens, raise funds, or establish new blockchain-powered financial instruments. We also see here LCX's partnership with Hedera Hashgraph is an important milestone in our efforts to digitize traditional processes and help spur innovation in this critical industry segment for the decades to come. And exactly that, right? Decades to come. I think LCX is 100%. Again, when we talk about 100-year companies, I think that this is also one of those companies that will be around for a very long time, especially in regards to what they're trying to build, and especially with what they're trying to do. I don't think that this is one of those assets that a lot of people are going to want to overlook. Same with HBAR. A lot of people overlook it, but again, this is one of those assets that are going to do incredible things. We're talking about digital money. We're talking about programmable money in terms of crypto, but we haven't seen security tokenization at all in the space that has been done right, and I think LCX is really doing that right. I think LCX is one of those assets where we could definitely see a 10, 100, and even 1000X at some point in time. Realistically speaking, when we look at LCX's overall circulating supply, we'll actually just go off of the total supply, right, of the 950 million. Just to give you guys a little bit of an insight, at $40, we'd still be worth only $38 billion with the total supply in hand. So I think 1000X is possible at some point in time. I think LCX is going to do incredible things. When we look at BNB wasn't really doing too much in terms of just overall utility besides just being a Binance token with BSC and stuff like that. But BSC is completely different than BNB, and that we already know hit a $70 billion plus market cap. So in regards to LCX, I think LCX in the future could definitely be worth upwards of $80 plus per asset, but it's going to take time to get there. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen this bull run, but I do think that this bull run we could see 30 to 40 plus cents. At some point in time, we could even see $3 to $4. It all depends on the overall, I would say listings on markets. Like CX listings are key to a lot of volume. So realistically, volume and just kind of people not overlooking the project. But I do think that this is a good hold. As you guys already know, I do hold this. If I've told you guys, when I invest in something, like for example, that's the number one reason why I hold Stack, is because of the partnership with Hedera. Now, obviously, I did my research on Stack prior to me investing in it, just because of the partnership with HBAR. That's not going to be a huge selling point. But I do know that a lot of these partnerships with HBAR are going to thrive as well in regards to what they are doing. And LCX is one of those no-brainer moves, in my opinion, just from the overall security tokenization and stuff like that. That aspect is a huge value-driven aspect. So a lot of utility. I love LCX for what they are doing, and yeah, I mean, for anybody who was wondering if LCX is a good buy, I think that we could be going a little bit lower, but I do think that this is a low risk, high reward factor right now. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.